Hey collectors, welcome to Star Wars Collected. I'm Jonathan. If you're new here, I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing. If you've been here before, hit that like button. You're like your Luke Skywalker in the Death Star trench. What I have for you today is a helmet that I waited a long time for. Ordered it from 2 different places. It finally came in like the day that I left to go to Star Wars Celebration, so it's a little delayed, but guys, what I have for you today is the Black Series Bo Katan helmet. I'm very excited about this. Love the Bo Katan character, and I've heard that it's an excellent version of her helmet, so let's check it out. All right guys, so my first order I think was from Amazon, and I ordered it like as soon as it came out, but they were taking forever, and some wonderful kind soul on one of the Facebook groups said that, hey guys, if you order from Big Bad Toy Store right now, they will ship it immediately. They have them in stock. So I switched over, and that's one of the reasons I love being part of the Facebook groups online. Lots of cool collectors just helping each other out, and you may have found my video that way as well. So a little tag in here from the Big Bad Toy Store, double boxed of course. So inside here we have the Black Series helmet itself. We'll get rid of this very cool Big Bad Toy Store box. We'll trade that Big Bad Toy Store box for this Lazy Susan here. And that way we can get a nice up close look at this box. So, you know, we're getting very used to this sort of Black Series shaped box. It sort of has this like corner chopped off, which seems to be working for all the helmets. I'm gonna laugh someday when they build a helmet and it doesn't quite fit in there because they've chopped the corner off. But it provides them some cool opportunities to add this sort of like display art that they're doing on all their figures and stuff like that too. So I think that's pretty cool. I like that there's something like that on there. And then I kind of like this sort of X-ray vision type look that they give you, showing you all the internals, which on the Black Series helmets, especially after the first few, they've done a really good job at throwing a lot of detail into these. And I've heard that this one is exceptionally good. So let's go ahead and pop it open here. I've also seen that some of my friends online have also gone and taken this helmet and then gone in and sort of did some of their own weathering. I think one mentioned to make it match the on-screen version a little bit better, but at the very least to just sort of bring out some of these details. So I'm excited to see it. Seems like every time I open one of these are a little bit different, but so far this is about the same. I think they used to come with little plastic sacks over top, but Hasbro has been trying to cut back on how much plastic they use now. There's almost entirely covered in tape, so maybe they didn't do the best job on this one, but not looking bad. Let's go ahead. There's just a couple little corner protector type things in here and a little booklet. There's always a little booklet with these things. Bo Katan Kryze, showing us how the viewfinder goes up and down, how the batteries go in and things of that nature. It looks like it takes a single AAA battery, and the viewfinder little thing pops out just like the Boba Fett helmets, so that you can do that. And of course there's that sort of little hard hat helmet thing on the inside that you can adjust to fit your noggin. So I get a lot of people asking me when I do these reviews, like, does it fit your head? Does it fit your head? Can you wear it? And it's always like, that's just, to me, it's such an odd question. I just, you know, I'll put it on for you guys, but I just don't, it just doesn't enter my mind that like, is this going to fit my head? I'm 6'7", so there's a good chance it's not gonna fit my head. I just don't, what are you guys doing? Are you guys like chilling out at home, watching the game, and then you've got your helmet on? How does that working out? So let me know down in the comments, do you wear your helmets? Not just like try them on, but do you legitimately wear your helmets, and what's going on with that? So let's go ahead and take this paper off. And there we go. Boys and girls, I give you Bo Katan's helmet. Now this color is similar to what we see in the Death Watch helmet. And they've done a really good job, I think, with the weathering. We have, you know, the sort of this white color here, but then we have tons of little like spongy marks. We have some areas where the blue is showing through from the back here. We have these sort of gray areas, but then we also have some silver paint going through it. And it does kind of have that illusion that we've gone through multiple layers of paint. The back blue here on this part is a darker blue. And there's actually like a little bit of dimension here. This is not, this piece and this piece are not the exact same molded piece. I think if I look down in there, I can maybe see ever so slight of a clip or something here. But I kind of like that. Every Mandalorian helmet that I've worked on, and maybe the Black Series helmets are all this way and I've just missed it. It always seems like it's kind of molded together. I kind of like that this kind of feels like two pieces here. Of course, on this side we have the earpiece already installed. but on this one we can put it in. So when we move over here, we have two little pegs there and a little clip here that puts it in. If I'm going for negatives, I can see there's a little bit of a seam line running right here across the top that I'm not a fan of. It's probably just a necessary evil for the way that this is made. Being where it is, it's not super distracting or anything like that. And I can see why my real diehard friends have gone through and sort of plussed this up a little bit. You know, it's a really, really good base. I think the sculpt looks good. I think the size looks good. But I can see where somebody wanted to like put some real scratches into it or something of that nature. I can see where there's like this little line on the top here is not absolutely perfect, but that doesn't really bother me either, because you have to figure in universe, this was painted by somebody. They didn't, you know, push the print button. This was probably painted either by the warrior themselves, or it was, you know, done by some sort of artisan within their group. Now, one thing I'm seeing here that I would have to check whether this is accurate or not, these little triangles on top, there's 5 of them. I would assume that this is the center of the helmet. This triangle here does not line up perfectly with this. If I follow this line down, to me, I'm going over here a little bit. So I'll have to check to see whether that's an inaccuracy, if something was stamped off one side or the other, but I don't see where there would be an issue with how it was stamped. This line right here running from both is going right across perfectly. These are supposed to be hand painted or something of that nature by the warrior themselves or by an artist within their village. So that doesn't really bother me too much. This side piece here comes off, and that is how you can see the battery panel. So let me go ahead and grab some batteries and we'll get this fired up for you. All right, so we have a AAA battery here on the side. I'm not gonna put this panel back on yet because I'm going to not keep the battery in there long term. So we will just pop this panel back on the side though, so that it has the right aesthetic. We're gonna go ahead and install the viewfinder here. Like I said, there's 2 little metal prongs here that's gonna connect in here. And then this is designed to slide out on here to give you some playability with it. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the upright position. And it just snaps in there just like that. And to lower it, you click this button and it falls down and you get a little bit of illumination there. And if I remove this panel, like I said, that's going to light that up too. So for you guys and only for you guys, I shall adorn it on my head. I can see on the inside there is a ton of detail. And this is one place where the Black Series has really improved over the years. The original Kylo Ren helmet came in multiple pieces and you had to patch it together. And it never looked great in my opinion. Poe Dameron helmet, that one was pretty good. Not a lot of detail, but pretty good. But since then, man, they've just really gone all out on these interiors. My EFX Boba Fett helmet does not have an interior anywhere near this. The Black Series one blows it out of the way. So there is the helmet hard hat container here on the inside, which is not even gonna come close to fitting this noggin. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open that as much as possible. And here we go. All right, guys. And we click the button and the viewfinder comes down. Now I can say that does not line up with my eye, but hopefully it looks cool for you guys. So, you know, kind of true to Star Wars. I don't think anyone can really see anything in Star Wars. And actually when I look at this on the outside, I don't think that viewfinder is lining up with anyone's eye. It is way, way off to the side, but you know, that's okay. Sometimes things just have to look cool and they don't have to work, especially when it comes to Star Wars. So guys, overall, if I was gonna give this a grade, I would give it an A. It's not quite as good, in my opinion, as the Mandalorian helmet. That for me is the gold star that they've done so far. I am very excited to see the Darth Vader helmet, the new one. The old one I did not like. The new one, I've seen it at Celebration, but I'm excited to get that one in my hands and check that one out. So, you know, I would say that this is among the best, though. I still love the X-Wing pilot helmets, but anymore, these are getting so good and they are such a great value. And I love that, you know, for $100 to $130, that, you know, is approachable for most collectors, that you're able to add something like this to your collection. That makes me so happy. I I like a lot of the high-end collectibles, but $350, $400, $500, $1,000 for a lot of these collectibles. I want to be able to share this stuff with fellow collectors, and I love that the Black Series is delivering such good products that I can share, with hundreds of thousands of other people can pick up the same product. So I would say that if you're interested in Bo Katan, you're interested in Mandalorian helmets, Star Wars helmets in general, and this one has caught your eye, I say go for it. I think it looks really good. I agree that maybe a black wash on here and taking some silver paint and plussing it up a little bit would add a lot of production value to it. Probably something that you could do yourself in the matter of an hour or two, even if you don't have any experience. These are a great place to sort of start building with helmets, start working with helmets, and not have to do a full repaint or worry about getting it sanded down and things like that. So I would recommend this helmet. Before we go, I wanted to kind of answer a question that I saw online. Someone had claimed that they thought this Bo Katan Black Series helmet was the best Black Series helmet to date. Now, I probably would have kind of gave it away, but I would humbly disagree. I still think that the Mandalorian helmet, the way that they did this finish on here, I've seen the higher end versions from other companies, and I just don't think they're that much better. They're certainly not 6 times better or something like that, which is what the price difference is on those if you can still get one of these at retail. Now, I also pulled out my EFX Boba Fett helmet just to show you again, if you didn't know, I don't know if you would guess which one's the one that's more expensive. Both these guys are about 130 bucks. I think the MSRP on the EFX one was about 350. And once you get up on them, yeah, you can tell some differences. The little playability cutout thing on these Black Series helmets, kind of lame. It doesn't need to be there. The EFX one has some metal parts as well, but like I mentioned, the EFX one has absolutely zero interior. So you compare that to what you get with one of these other two, and you can make the argument that even though this has some nicer details in places and those metal parts are very cool, that with that interior, these might be a more accurate version of the helmet if you were to go off of percentage wise. So just wanted to show that, just because you pay more doesn't necessarily mean you always get more. And it just sort of depends on who you are as a collector as to what's important to you. But I think all 3 of these helmets are fantastic. There's something about that Mandalorian aesthetic. I pulled out 3, but I probably have another 4 or 5 back here on my wall that are Mandalorian helmets. I'm super excited. I hope they make a Sabine version as well. And all the Mandalorians I can take, I will buy them. Hasbro kind of has me, I guess. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you like videos like this, please subscribe. We have so many videos coming up. If you've watched my full tour walk around or some of my most recent videos, you know that actually maybe as you're watching this, that this gallery is closed. We are moving into a new space. Very excited about that. So I'm shooting a lot of videos kind of ahead of time, so that way I can still connect with all of you guys. But the new space is going to be a whole lot larger. It's probably going to take me a little while to set up, but it's going to be great for this channel and great for my collection. I'm super excited to bring you more of that. Make sure you're following us on Instagram to kind of follow that whole journey along with us. So guys, thanks for watching. See ya.